For anyone who has played pickup football on a soggy, muddy surface that is most likely on middle or high school property, rejoice! Tiburon Studios has developed a tribute to the Weekend Warrior, a game that would make Roger Goodell squirm in his office if it were indeed what we saw every Sunday. It's NFL Street, an arcade-style, hard-hitting football title that will have fans of both NFL Blitz and the Madden NFL series giddy with anticipation. Full of trash talk, trick plays, and 7-on-7 team matchups, NFL Street is a continuation of the EA Sports' big Street Sports project, carrying on the tradition that was conceived by Midway Games and its NFL Blitz arcade football legacy that captivated would-be gamers and took most of the rules out of the game in favor of showboating and late hits. But there are key differences between Street and Blitz. First, the playing areas in Street are usually outside of the gridiron, and matchups take place on beaches, back alleys, and various locations where you would imagine street ball takes place. On the field, you'll pick from a playbook and play through 4 downs, just like any normal contest, but instead of there being a designated offense and defense, the 7 guys you pick will play both sides of the field. Nothing like seeing Mark Brunell line up at the goal line, ready to pounce on the QB, or Chad Stone Hands Scott running a deep route, then getting slammed to the turf. As a result, you'd be smart to pick well-rounded players. Exhibition games are usually to 40 points, and there's no kicking, no punting, no nothing like that. This is street ball at its finest. So when you're backed up in your own zone, don't look to the sidelines at the guy kicking the ball into the funny-looking net. You'll have to get out of there yourself, and the same goes for point-after attempts. Probably the most useful maneuver you can make on offense is the pitch function, which, in theory, will allow you to lateral the ball enough such that you'll find the open man that can bust it down the line and take it all the way to the house for 6. Make the right moves to get big yardage, and you'll be earning skill points for moving the chains. Not only will you be encouraged, you'll be expected to showboat, since it'll fill up that game breaker meter that will turn a select player into a machine on either side of the field, meaning that you can rip through your opponent's offensive line to get a big sack or even steal the ball. The graphical presentation of this game is impressive for its time, with beach waves crawling up on shore, just about as smooth as a bone-crushing tackle is violent. You'll hear a whole mess of trash talk, sounds that fit the playing area well, not to mention the mix of Executioners, Killer Mike, Nas, and Korn tracks you'll get down to in both the menus and in-game with squeaky record scratching. In conclusion, NFL Street is filled to the brim with all the flamboyance and action that people pay good money to see. I mean, this is a game where James Harrison would be quite at home due to his seething hatred for the commish. In fact, if this NFL season ended up being locked out, this is the type of football I'd like to see in my backyard. Now, wouldn't you?
I'm playing doing what players do, scoring.